Hello children, I hope you are doing well. Children, we are going to revise 8th English. By this end of this month, we will be writing our unit test 2 and our portions are making life worthwhile and grammar, adjectives, then degree of comparison. Okay children, now we shall see the poem Making Life Worthwhile written by George Eliot. Actually George Eliot it's a pen name, okay, and her original name is Mary Ann Evans. Okay children, now we shall see in depth about the poem. Okay, every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, get there from some good. So we should learn the good from every soul that touches our heart. It may be a slightest contact, it may be a contact for few minutes, but we can get a good from that person. Okay, some little grace, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfelt. So meaning of some little grace, meaning of grace is charm, otherwise elegance. Okay, so we can get some little charm, one kind thought, a hope or ambition of achieving a desire or wish. Meaning of aspiration is a hope or an ambition of achieving a desire or wish. Then next two lines. One bit of courage for the darkening sky. We need a bit of courage to step into the darkening world. So our life is filled with positives and negatives. To face the darkening world, we must have some courage with us. We must have a bit of brave in our heart. Okay, next. One gleam of faith to brave the thickening ill of life. So it's a ill, I-double-L, okay, ill of life. A faith that shines brightly to face the evils and obstacles in life. So many of people, if they get any negative thoughts or if they have more obstacles, definitely they are about to do some negative thoughts. Is it? They are about to take some negative step. Instead of that, we can, with our faith, with our belief, we can shine brightly and we can face the evils and obstacles in our life. One glimpse of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile and heaven a surer heritage. So a quick look at the brighter side of our life. So whenever we have any obstacles or any evil thought in our mind, if we look at a brighter side of our life, definitely we will make our life valuable and then surely heaven would be our inherited properly. Then definitely heaven is our inherited properly. Heaven is our property. I'll repeat this memory poem once again. Every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, get there from some good. Some little grace, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfilled. One bit of courage for the darkening sky, one gleam of faith to brave the thickening ills of life. One gleam of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile and heaven a surer heritage. I hope you have understood the memory poem. This is very important memory poem. Make sure that you are learning it. Okay children, next we shall see the glossary which is there in our textbook. Grace, elegance, aspiration, a hope or ambition of achieving something. Courage, bravery. Gleam, shine brightly. Glimpse, glance or quick look. Worthwhile, valuable. Heritage, inheritance. Okay children, now we shall see the question answers. What should we learn from every soul? We should learn the good from every soul. Whenever we feel this person is good, we can learn the good from every soul. What qualities will help us to brave the thickening ills of life? A little grace, a kind of thought, an unfelt aspiration, a bit of courage and a gleam of faith are the qualities that help us to brave the thickening ills of life. Okay, children, a little grace, a kind thought, an heartfelt aspiration, a bit of courage, and a glimmer of faith are the qualities that help us to brave the thickening ills of life. Why should we make this life worthwhile? Children, we should make this life worthwhile to have a glimpse in the sense to have a glance of a brighter sky. We should make this life worthwhile to have a glimpse of the brighter skies. What does the poet assure? If we make our life worthwhile, heaven is sure to be our property that may be inherited by us if we make our life worthwhile. Okay, children. Next is it's from the, actually it's a figure of speech, repetition. Okay, pick out any two lines of repetition from the poem. So in this poem, which word is repeated once again? Actually, what is repetition? Repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. Okay, it is repeated few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. So in this poem, one is repeated in the poem, like in the lines, one aspiration yet unfelt, one bit of courage. So the word one is repeated again and again to make an idea clearer and more memorable. Okay, children, now we shall see the fill in the blanks. We should have a dash in our life. So we should have an aspiration. Aspiration in the sense a hope, an ambition of achieving something. So we must have an ambition. We must fix a goal to in our life to achieve something in our life. Okay. Then a dash is needed for darkening sky. A bit of courage is needed for the darkening sky. One must have dash of brighter skies to make the life worthwhile. One must have a glimpse in the sense glance of brighter skies to make the life worthwhile. Okay, children. Next we shall see the grammar, that is degree of comparison. Now we shall see the degree of comparison. Before you see this degree of comparison, first you must know what is adjectives. I hope you have understood what is adjective. Adjective is a word that describes the noun, that modifies the noun. For example, I told you, actually Kolkata is a city. I am explaining the Kolkata as the large city. Then I am 8th standard students or clever students. So I know 8th standard students or students, but I am explaining is as a clever students. So clever is the adjective. Adjective is nothing but is the word that describes or modifies a noun. So in that we are going to deal with degree of comparison. That is, we are going to compare the adjectives, which is divided into three types, that is positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. And they have given you some examples. Actually positive degree we will not compare, it describes the adjective. Then comparative degree, it is used to compare two things. Superlative degree, it is used to compare more than two things. That is what is the superlative degree. Okay dear. Then see here. So in the page number 52, let's compare two things they have given. Which is faster, a train or a plane? A plane is faster than a train. Okay, here we have compared two things, that is plane and a train, and comparative degree is used, and I have used ER. So in the comparative words, in the comparative degree, ER words are used and then conjunction is used. Okay, your second question, which is cheaper, gold or silver? Silver is cheaper than gold. Which is larger, city or village? A city is larger than a village. Next, fourth question, which is bigger, a sea or an ocean? So always an ocean is bigger than a sea. Which is taller, a giraffe or a camel? A giraffe is taller than a camel. Okay children, next we are going to see, let's compare three things. So here I am going to compare the three things with the adjective. That is, I am going to write which is positive degree, which is comparative degree and which is superlative degree. Okay children, see here your first book exercise has been done for you. town, city, village. So in the bracket they have given us the adjective quiet. So a city is quiet, it is a positive degree. Town is quieter than the city, it's a comparative degree because I have compared the town with the city. So and I have used, for the comparison I have used er. So adjective quiet is turned into quieter and I have used than conjunction over there. Then which is the quietest? Superlative, compared more than with a 2. So it's a superlative degree. So the village is the quietest place. So that is the superlative degree. Okay children, next Istanbul, Moscow, London. So populated, which is the most populated, then more populated place, and which is the populated place. So Istanbul is populated, it is a positive degree. Moscow is more populated than Istanbul, it is a comparative degree. London is the most populated, it is the superlative degree. Okay, then windy weather, warm weather and rainy weather, good. So which is are likable. Okay, so windy weather is good, warm weather is better than windy weather. Finally, rainy weather is the best. All like rainy weather is it. We will enjoy with the evening. So evening we'll have all snacks, samosa, bhaji, everything. So rainy weather, and then one more thing is with our holidays. So rainy weather is the best. Next, fourth question. Ocean, river, lake. Which is the deep? Here the word deep is given, adjective is given. So I am going to differentiate here. So river is deep, positive degree. Lake is deeper than the river, comparative degree. Ocean is the deepest, superlative degree. Okay, next the USA, Russia, Spain, large. So here Spain is a large country, USA is larger than Spain, Russia is the largest country. When comparing to USA and Spain, Russia is the largest country. The Mahanadi, Kaveri, the Ganga. So which is the long river. So here the Kaveri is the long river. The Mahanadi is longer than the Kaveri. The Ganga is the longest river in our country. Seventh question. Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So here it's a modern, which is the modern country. Actually when compared to Chennai and Hyderabad, Bangalore is the modern country with lot of companies. Is it corporate companies? Okay. Chennai is a modern city. Hyderabad is more modern than Chennai. Bangalore is the most modern city. Okay children. So apart from that, 3 more questions are given in your textbook which you will be doing as your homework. Try children, it's very easy. Okay ma? So children, after completing, after revising this, you will receive your question paper. Write the unit test clearly. Presentation must be neat. Handwriting must be good. After completing your test, kindly submit your notebook at office room. Thank you children.